Okay, well, thanks everyone. We're looking forward to sharing some thoughts tonight, sharing some new information with you, sharing with you a new video, actually, which is kind of cool. But most importantly, where are you all from? Let's just hear a quick recording. Where are you from?
Carolina, Florida.
Las Vegas.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Alberta.
I'm at Smith Mountain Lake.
Alabama.
Peninsula,
Michigan.
Minnesota.
Alberta, Canada.
Cincinnati.
Welcome, North Carolina.
California.
Okay, that's great, guys. I'm gonna
South Dakota.
I'll mute you all up. Thank you, you guys. That's
Louisiana.
awesome.
Merritt Island, Florida.
Perfect. Okay, well,
Richmond,
we're
Michigan.
up here. Folks, you can hear just from that excitement and the voices and people's words. It's from all over the world, Australia, different parts of the world, Costa Rica, wherever. We're getting lots of people interested in what we're doing. And tonight we're going to share with you a little bit more excitement, a little bit more of our step one, kind of our early bird launch that we've been doing with spots, and hopefully excite you a little bit further with where we're going with this incredible company. You know, my name is Don Carson. It's my wife, Nancy. It's our 26th wedding anniversary today. So we're happy to share some time with all of you. We went out and had a nice dinner beforehand and looked into each other's eyes and thought of all of the wonderful years ahead of us that we get to do what we're doing and share thoughts with all of you about the fun we're going to have together, right?
I can't wait.
But listen, you know, we're in an interesting time because most of you are familiar with the story Collect Direct, but you maybe don't understand how it started and where the vision of it really came from. You know, Dave Jordan, the owner, CEO of the company, started this concept back when he was a little boy, actually, because he's been collecting for over 40 years. And it's something that most people don't understand what it would take to do what he did, which is to collect, you know, collections from people that he bought out and keep them in warehouses to one day launch a company that he could bring to the world and teach a concept which is called point, click, share, which is unique in the industry because most people are more accustomed to sharing ingredients and sharing what this should do to you and the potion or the lotion and describing the things that maybe, you know, they feel is better about their product versus your product. And, you know, a lot of folks are sort of burnt out from that. A lot of people are realizing that that's a little bit more of a challenge than they would hope, or they're having success and the company failed them because the ingredients failed or something dramatically changed with the products. Well, folks, what we're talking about here tonight is history. We're talking about products that exist in our hearts and our dreams and our memories, things that bring you from the past to your future. That's the vision of our owner and the correct Collect Direct philosophy and mission statement. Ultimately, if you think about things that you had when you're a little boy or girl, sometimes those things are some of the fondest memories. And unfortunately, many of us threw those things away. And what we're discovering is that we're not really in the business of selling you anything. We're in the business of sharing 40 years of products that are stored in safe warehouses, secured for all of us to share to the world internationally on websites that are being loaded. Today, I can tell you that we hit the 4,000 SKU mark, 4,000 separate SKUs of product that you'll be able to share around the globe eventually. And ultimately, what that means is that inventory, which is in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and some think in the B number substantially, but we can't really guarantee anything. Even we can't even say to you, hey, you're guaranteed to make money if you choose to get involved here. But what we'd like to say is you have a chance to find things from your past and move forward and offer this chance for people to search in maybe their hearts what it was that made them feel really good when you were really young. Nancy, was that the way we've kind of discussed this among ourselves?
Well, and some of the other products too, Don, they use fear as like a motivator. And the only thing you have to be fearful about this opportunity is the fear of missing out.
Yeah, no, it's true because, you know, there's lots of people we've had a chance to talk to, heartfelt conversations that are just thanking Dave for bringing this company to fruition. So, you know, one of the things we'd like to share with you right out of the gate before we get into it is just this shopping cart concept. So let me do this for all of you right now. I'm going to break this screen up and share it for you. Just bear with me. And I'm going to go on here and show you something pretty cool. So when we start thinking about the shopping cart, and Charlie, give me a thumbs up if you can see that, just to make sure. Yes, good, perfect. if I typed in a keyword, there's 4,000 different SKUs. We expect to have 10,000 SKUs by the middle part of August, okay? The goal here is for each and every one of you to search whatever you want. So I'm just gonna put a basic thing, toys for now, just for fun, and then just show you some of the things. Whoop, my access is now officially denied. Okay, that's because I was in stall mode, so bear with me. I had that thinking I was gonna stay ahead of the game, and I went into stall mode. So hang on, let's just go back up here. So I'm gonna shop collections, okay? And so as I get into these collections and I type the word toys, just for fun, and I hit the search button, there are going to be things here that you'll remember seeing maybe in a vending machine. You can see the quarter kind of to show the size, and the price is from $4.98 and up. The beautiful thing is there's so much in this shopping cart and in this website inventory that you'll be able to find something for somebody and maybe turn it into a gift. You'll be able to search and find things that make somebody else feel good, bring them back to their past. So we believe in our hearts that in a lot of the industry, the network marketing industry, people find that in November and December and certain holiday times, the business starts to slow down. Well, we're pretty comfortable to say our business will speed up. Dave was putting on thousands of Pez dispensers earlier on this week into the system. And so when you start looking at yo-yos and games and figurines, it's easy for me to show you a video right away that talks about sports. And people say, oh, Collect Direct, it's only about sports. Well, I'm just showing you pages and pages of different collectibles that have been in these warehouses for 40 years that are not toys, they're games and things that represent the things that maybe you had when you were a kid, figurines and all of the fun stuff. Now, if we went out of this and said, well, let's just look at the football category, maybe, if that's what you're interested in. Well, then you could search a specific player, or you could just start searching pages of football and things that represent the area of football. You can do that with baseball. You can do that with hockey. You can look specifically for your favorite hockey player, Wayne Gretzky, maybe, or the newest favorite hockey player in the market. Maybe it's Connor McDavid. All of these products being licensed allow us to ship them around the globe without them being stopped. But why am I showing you this? Because as you learn and earn with this company, your opportunity to really benefit is that you can just send out your link. And if somebody says, I really want this Brett Favre picture, they can add it to their cart. And it'll just start adding a shopping cart. Say they want to spend $50 or $60. Maybe they're a Bucks fan. Maybe they're a Redskins fan. And they can just start adding to their cart. And before you know it, depending on what it is they want, and then they can go back and add toys and add other things. You now have the ability to look at your cart and say, hey, I'm into this for $69. I want to view my cart totally. And before you know it, you're in the checkout, you're paying shipping and so on. That's what we do with our website. So, I mean, this first little section I wanted to show you was based on our website and how many items are currently there, 4,000 SKUs and building. Folks, eBay has 135 million customers that basically go and find things all the time. Our concept is for you all to be able to take advantage of what we're doing by using Dave's inventory. He owns all of it, but you get to share it around the globe. That's our sales sort of opportunity where you just get to share things. Now, as I go into this screen here, what I wanted to kind of dip into now while I'm sharing my screen is a really interesting video that was created just to give you an idea of different ways you might choose to market your program. Video that just got produced, but there's one little glitch in it. So I want you all to know, do not think of this as being the finished product. There's one thing in there that isn't actually completed, and it's being edited in the next 24 hours. But I wanted to play it because I wanted to play you the newest video that we have to give people an idea of how this works, right?
You have a choice. Do you want to be a customer and just buy great collectibles at great prices off of our website? Or do you want to be a member that can share your own link and earn retail rewards when others make a purchase? At Collect Direct, we have warehouses full of over 40 years of collectibles throughout the United States. Everything from hockey, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, Beanie Babies, Barbie dolls, and much more. So if you just want to be a customer from the website, you'll choose which categories you are interested in. Search for the items and pick which ones you want to add to your shopping cart. The best part is you'll be getting the products you want that connect you to your past. It's that simple. For those who want to join as a member and have the potential to earn commissions, it's an annual fee of $9.98 to join. This lets you take advantage of retail rewards based on the package you pick. These packages will allow you to pick from the different collections of product categories. Each package comes with different benefits. Even one pack comes with a bonus of around $300 plus worth of collectibles selected by our team of authenticators.
So I'm going to stop everybody right there in this video. That particular glitch is the $300 with a bonus is not officially what we can say, but you are getting bonus items created by our authenticators in your packages on top of the 2 categories you pick. Important for me to play that right now in the video so that you don't all think you are getting 300. It is going to be great value. It's just we can't say that legally.
Store these collectibles in a safe place and imagine how their worth could grow over time. Once registered with a username and password, you'll be given a unique link you can share with others. We call it point, click, share. Once someone purchases something using your link, you get paid. All items shipped directly to the customer. So you're looking for a great return out of the gate on the packages you're going to get. The key to this is to get in where you fit in with the amount of products you want and the categories you like, and either choose to be a customer or a member. If you decide to be a member, we'll teach you all about the collectible side of this business so that you can earn some money. And our compensation plan can work even while you sleep. Let's get started.
Okay, it's part and parcel of trying to make this as easy to explain as possible for all of you. So that one is kind of for the person that says, what is it? Okay, well, it can be a collectible company that just promotes products to customers, or you can point, click, and share and earn some profit and earn some money off of the items that people choose. Nancy, one of the things that's fascinated us over this last little while is just how excited people are just to go back in their past and find
passionate about their collectibles, passionate about what it is that they love, passionate to tell people. They're so excited about just talking about their collections that it can't help but get people excited.
And you know, when you think about that, we can then dive into, okay, I want to be a member. I want to pay the $9.98 and I want to have my own website to share these products. Well, folks, you're going to get 2 websites, one for customers to look at and buy things, and one for potential members. So all of that opportunity comes to you for this $9.98. And as well as that, the company is loading up back office data for you to follow your team and help them by learning and earning together, trainings and documentation so that you're not left alone. The philosophy of the CollectDirect team and the management and the owners are to let more people make some money more often. We're not going to guarantee you're going to make a penny, but we're going to give you a chance to do as best as you can because this is your business. And I think that's the most important thing that attracted us. When you say, Nancy?
Well, and there's no pushback. I find that everyone that I've talked to about this opportunity can see how easy it is to talk about people's either passion for collecting or the idea of an opportunity where all they have to do is talk about, do you collect anything, or do you know anyone that collects anything, or do you know anyone with any big collections? Like, these are questions that are very easy to talk about organically and get very little pushback.
For sure. And, you know, so the person says to you, man, I really like to learn about making some money here. Well, then you could send them the next video, which is just, okay, how do I make retail rewards?
Welcome to Collect Direct. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items, from sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, you'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown, or Gumby, or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you are interested in. Then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from $5 to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
So the next question, somebody said, okay, I get it. I can go to the website, I can point, click, and share something, and I get a $5 to $200 commission. And the answer to that is correct, yes. But there's another product category that Dave's putting on the front of the website coming soon when we launch the front of the site. And it could be items that are in the $1 million plus range. And what will happen there is Dave is going to be presenting a percentage against that if you find a buyer, it could be 1 to 10% of that value. So let's just use 5% of $1 million item. And there are people out there that buy these things. If you've ever seen the Pawn Stars or the other things that are in there, the different shows on TV, $1 million items sell all the time. Well, that would be $50,000 worth of commission. The beautiful thing is if you point, clicked, and shared to that person with your link, you would get half of that. So you would get a $25,000 payout in that particular case. But the 7 people or the 6 people above you would share in the remaining 25,000 spread up amongst them. So this is a true business, not just based on one item or small items. It can be all forward into the $1 million items. This is the beginning stages of where we're going with this plan. So what happens to the volume of the team members that are purchasing and sharing your customers? Well, we call that a dual team commission, and it's important for you to recognize that you're building a team. So let's just touch on that for a second. Whoops, this is the retail rewards video.
So you want to earn retail rewards. Just point, click, and share your website link and let the team at Collect Direct go to work for you. Your customers or new members will pick what they want from the 6 priced options, and you will earn from 5, 10, 20, 50, or 100 US in commission based on the selection made by the customer or member. Retail rewards are paid on every customer and member's first order. We ship the product and pay you the following week. Plus, we place the appropriate amount of business volume into one of your team legs for future commission. It's as easy as that. See the compensation plan document for roles and payout amounts per sale, as well as what business volumes does for you and your potential earnings.
So that's the key. What does the business volume do for you? Well, you have a chance to build 2 teams, and this is called a dual team commission.
Would you like to earn money while you sleep? Collect Direct allows you to build 2 teams wherever we do business. This can be in your hometown or around the world. Each team is made up of 2 teams, which are a left and right team. The depth of the team is a combined effort of you and your sponsor, and above that sponsor, who all place members or customer volume in that leg to an infinite depth. We accumulate volume from every item that is ordered inside your legs, regardless of who sold or ordered. Visually, you will see the members, but your customers will not be visible. But the order volume will count in your smaller team for that order. All volumes, called business volume, fill that leg from the bottom up to you each week. We pay what's called a cycle payment of $20 for every time one leg has 200 BV and 100 BV in the other leg during that week based on the rank you have reached. See the compensation plan document for further details and to see cycle amounts you qualify to receive at that week's qualified rank.
So let me just touch on that for a second. So those of you who are saying, okay, so what do I have to do to qualify to make that dual team commission? Well, there's a standard sort of a comment or word in the network industry that says loyalty. And one of the things that the company wants you to do is be loyal to the company, buying products, collecting, storing them properly. We're going to teach you a lot of that. There's actually going to be a magazine describing the collectible industry, not to promote the business itself, but to promote the industry. That'll be available very shortly, a teaching tool. But what I wanted to share with you is how you qualify. So those of you that say qualify at one of our top ranks of say superstar or home run collector, you'll see that you'll need to create 80 business volume that particular month for you to earn all of your commissions for the next month, right? To be qualified. Well, the beautiful thing is that we want you to be able to use the volume from your new customers. So we let you accumulate that volume that month, and that counts for your business. So let's use an example. If you had a team on the member on the left that was a customer who loves to buy products every month, maybe every month they like to buy a $59 item that they're going to put in their own time capsule and put away for the future for maybe their grandkids. And then on your other team, on the right team, another customer that you have that does the same thing. Well, that is now going to be generating volume. So it could be 20 BV and 20 BV. The combination of those two is 40, which counts for the 80 that you would need to qualify for the next month. That would mean that you personally could go out and buy a $59 item, which would be 40 BV, and actually qualify for the full 80 BV. We'll teach all this, but I wanted to point that out to all of you that you do not actually have to buy anything if your team is actually new and coming on. Your customers are buying and they're repeating. Well, that could add up to 80 BV all by itself, and that would qualify you for your dual team commission. More to come on that at a later date, but there's another thing you heard in that video. It said your customers do not show up in your dual team. Folks, that's because they're not there to make money. So that they don't get to see, they don't ever get to see who's below them in the tree, whereas the member does. There's a dual team structure. They see who's below them. So we've created a second visual inside your back office called a Unilevel Visual. And here's what this is going to look like for all of you to see.
Do I get paid on every reorder of customers and members? Collect Direct is excited to pay up to 7 levels of customers and team members' monthly purchases inside our Unilevel payout plan. Not only does each item purchased create business volume in one of your 2 legs, each item has a dollar amount associated with that purchase that you were paid a percentage of. The number of levels you can get paid on is based on the rank you have reached in our compensation plan. The 7 levels are 5%, 4%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 2%, down to 1% of that value associated to each order. This payout is like having multiple retail stores open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year around the world. Every order placed inside your personal Unilevel team potentially earns you a commission payout. See the compensation plan document for further details about how you are paid on first orders and second orders inside our Unilevel plan.
Okay, so as you can see that the reorders will give you percentages of the pool amount that's coming from every product. That will vary with every product, but ultimately there's going to be $3 and $4 and $5 payouts and 30 and 50 and 80 cent payouts happening on a regular basis, paid to monthly from all of the activity of your team members and customers inside your business. That is totally outside of the retail reward you receive for the transaction, and it's totally separate to the cycle that can be generated from the volume. It's a bit more information tonight than I've shared in the past, but I wanted to point that out to all of you that our comp plan is based on all of the different product categories, some that you see here that you'll be able to point, click, and share around the world, eventually in the multiple thousands of SKUs that Dave is putting on the website. Now, that's important for us to do what we just did because, folks, this is the beginning of an absolute juggernaut of a business. The website is your business. The website is there for you to point, click, and share all of the items. You don't have to load your garage with products. We want you to have products. We want you to have items that you can share and show how excited you are as you find your past and bring it to their future. And ultimately, we believe there'll be more people getting involved as customers and repeating and sharing than there will be network people eventually, because it's so new. And so we've heard this over and over again from people how excited they are of the business is so new.
People that aren't even necessarily collectors that plan on sharing this with people that they know are collectors. I mean, you really only need to know 2 people that are collectors and set them up on your left and your right, and you've already started your dual team, you know?
It's really pretty simple.
It is like a very simple way of thinking about it.
So I'm going to cover the early bird situation we're in right now in a second, but I want to go through a little question and answer about in our chat here. One of the questions that I see here was, does that mean you have to buy something every month? I said, is purchasing packages mandatory on top of the yearly membership? Out of the gate, you're getting in where you fit in. You want to buy, in our case, to start with, this first group, $279, which is one category of products, which will be all the collectibles from that category. Okay, hang on. I just want to get muted. Let me go back there. Where are you? Mute. How do I do that now? After I made the screen. Hold on. Sorry. Whoever it was just speaking. If you don't mind, mute yourself. What was I saying?
When products are purchased.
Right. So
Is it mandatory was mostly
So
the
if you-
question. And if you're creating product volume or business volume
you don't have to
with
spend
your team, then you actually don't have to, if that's not what you want to do.
with
Mandatory is not necessary.
no, but you do buy a package of some sort at the beginning, and
You
then
do need
you don't have
to
to
qualify.
repeat. That package doesn't have to be bought every month or anything like that. That's your choice. You can buy that if you're a collector and you want to keep adding to your collection. That's your choice. Let's maybe let some of the people come off mute here, and I'll open it up to a few questions. And I'll let you do the chat here on the right, and I'll let you guys come off. And if you find a question that you want me to stop, we'll bring it on. So let's go live with some questions. Then we're going to chat a little bit about where we're at with the early bird enrollments. Anybody else? Shane, you got your hand up, so go ahead.
Yes, sir. I had a question. You had sent out the stipulations on use of Collect Direct as a trademark. The question I have is, looking at your videos, you have the actual name of the company trademark. Can we use that as a background for a Facebook background, as long as we put that we're an affiliate, not showing that we would own the company, but we are an affiliate of?
Yeah, so you're talking about using the company videos that have the Collect Direct logo in it?
Well, actually, what I'm saying is, like, in the beginning, you show like the Collect Direct as a background with white lettering and the TM, so it's trademarked. And if we wanted to put that as a portion of our background for a Facebook page, can we do that, as long as somewhere we put that we are an affiliate of that?
That's a great question. Can you repeat that question to me tomorrow, and I'll ask legal about that? The real thing that they want to make sure nobody's doing is using Collect Direct in the URL name. So you can't say your name is jamescollectdirect.com. The Collect Direct is the secret sauce here, right? We want to protect the golden
Yes,
goose.
sir. So in essence, what I'm asking is,
Yeah.
you can use that as, I don't want to say a picture, but as a digital background that already has it trademarked. And all we're doing is saying that we are an affiliate or an associate member of the company in the Facebook background, or whatever background we're using for either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Right. I think you're right to assume that what you said is correct. You could do that. I think where I'm concerned, or I'm hearing the concern, is on Google, somebody using AdWords and saying they're Collect Direct, and they're capturing those leads, and people think they're going to Collect Direct. That's what we're trying to make sure, that it's an equal playing field for everybody in the world. That's really Shane. I think what you're saying is possible, fair to do. I can't see why there's a problem. But if we maybe just touch base tomorrow, let me confirm that for you tomorrow by asking that question outright. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Somebody else? We got another hand up. I see.
Hey,
John.
Don, Frank here in Vegas. How are you, Don?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
me, John Hoffman. I got my hand up there.
Yeah, John's got his hand up, Frank. You'll have to wait till after that, please. And then you can come on. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, thank you very much. When will these videos be ready for us to use and disseminate?
Well, I would say as soon as you have your website and the company's officially launched, where you have the full website, which I'll give you a little bit more detail on tonight. But to say you could copy the YouTube right now and share this and send them out, you're more than welcome to do that. That's not going to be a problem for any of us. That's what people are doing already. But to actually grab one, download it, send it yourself, that's the plan to have in the actual website that you get control of with your own URL, that has the shopping cart, that has the compensation plan, and has the marketing material. So that's very close for you to get that, I'd say, John.
Thank you very much.
Okay, go ahead, Frank.
Thanks. Hi, Don. Hi, Nancy.
Hi there.
Hey, thank you guys for running the show here and getting this thing going. I think you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. And my question was just asked already.
Okay, well, perfect. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it.
I just wanted to know when the videos, if they would be available when the websites are.
It will be, yes. That is the plan, for sure. That's when Casey takes over, he goes back there. They'll have all of the front end done with the videos and so on.
Awesome. So I just can't wait. I'm so excited.
Don, you're on mute. You muted yourself, Don.
Oh, sorry about that. I muted myself. Thank you. The question is, I see this in the I thought he said first time. Oh no, wait a minute. Where did you find that, Nancy?
It's right there.
Uh,
Is purchasing a package
Mandatory.
mandatory on top of the yearly membership? And we said no, but you do need to
Yeah.
qualify.
in order for you to move up the ladder of this business, you've got to go to the stage of starter, then of course to the influencer and collector, and then home run collector and superstar collector. Those are volume based. Yes, you can purchase those amount of products that get you there for 90 days, and then you qualify yourself within those 90 days. If you don't do that, could you make money by just point clicking and sharing with a $9.98 membership? The answer is yes, you could. You could make a retail reward, right? You could make the $5 on somebody's $29.98 purchase. But for you to build a dual team and start participating in other parts of the plan, like the Unilevel, which, you know, until you get to the $29 level yourself, you get one level at $29. So you wouldn't get into the Unilevel at $9.98, but you would get a retail reward. So the answer to the question is, yeah, no, you don't have to. But if you want to earn as much as you can for your activity, then I would suggest you're going to buy something. Now, for us, the early adapters, yes, we are setting you up to buy a $279 or $549 package, which is two categories for the $549 and one category for the $279. And as I did in the video, I stopped it. At the $549, you get an extra bonus package picked by the authenticators on top of that, which will be some valuable stuff. Okay, that will soon after that go down to where people can buy $29, $59, $119. But that's going to be after we've gone through this early stage of making sure everything's correct. And I'm going to go through that again with the early bird comments right away. But we don't want to open this up to the masses until we have everything perfect, because it's worth waiting for. As I said, eBay, great company, 135 million customers. The collectible industry is expected to go to $1 trillion before the end of this decade. Folks, this is a growing economy of collectibles that we have a great inventory of that we're going to let you all share and we're all going to grow with. So, Saren, you've got a question? Let's let you come off mute. Go ahead, Saren. I see your hand up there. Go ahead, Saren. You can't mute yourself. Ask to unmute. Go ahead. There you go.
Hi. So I was actually just wondering, in order to qualify as like mixed double diamond, something like that, would you explain exactly what you would need to do? Is it 3 people that are 5?
Okay, you're breaking up. I hope it's not us. I think you're muting by accident.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we can.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So would it be yourself and 3 other people that would get the $549 package?
So you're asking what the qualification is to get to the double diamond level?
Yeah, or the like whatever highest kind of.
Okay, so I mean, we could spend the time and go on to share the screen of the comp plan. It is inside the Facebook group. And what I should probably do is have you, Saren, you're part of our Facebook group?
Yes, I've
Go
seen
into there.
the comp plan, but I haven't quite got my head wrapped around it.
So go in there and make your question, and I will answer it inside there for everybody to read. Okay.
Perfect.
And that would be better for me to do it that way, I think. But I will say to all of you, when you do see it, it is all of the volume that's growing in your team. And out of the gate, to get to the diamond level, each and every one of us will have to have encouraged 3 superstar collectors to have joined your team. The key to that is those collectors don't have to be qualified forever. It's grandfathered in that you've done that. So if you had 3 people that bought collections and then they didn't carry forward, they just wanted the collections, they'll count for you. Then it's about volume that you need. And the volume comes from your customers and the other members. So it is going to be a group effort to get you to the different levels. But ultimately, there's no guarantee you make anything unless you go to work. Right, Sarah? So it's all about us working together. That's a great question. Karen, you've got your hand up. Go ahead.
Hi, Don. This is Karen from Florida. The question I have is not really a question, but referring back to the first comment about using the Collect Direct. I know that other major companies allow it as long as they put the rep ID number and name below, whatever logo.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
it can
good,
be a real slippery slope.
it's a slippery slope. It really is. And here's the thing, Karen, I'll say to you, this has never been done before. And this product line is so unique and so, I know the word explosive is probably not the best word, but so big in growth potential that we want everybody to have a chance to be able to succeed. So, having the ground rules at the beginning is important. And folks, you are all at the beginning. Any way you look at this, this is the beginning stages of a massive website conglomerate going around the globe, right? And
Yeah, nobody's ahead of you.
Nobody's ahead of you.
Nobody shared a link. Nobody has a link to share.
Yeah,
So
there's some
we're all
people-
in the same playing field.
there's people that have free spots right now, but nobody's bought anything yet. So get ready. We're all in the same playing field. So Karen, I hope that helped, but we'll do more and more of that. But the branding is specifically to say, keep the Collect Direct out of your
And
own
so much
private
of this
URL. if you can.
information is going to be answered in our back office and frequently answered questions and policies and procedures. You'll be able to read it all so that you'll know thoroughly exactly what you can do and what you can't do. Because we're in the early bird stages, this is for people that just have an understanding that this is what's upcoming. Prepare yourself for what's upcoming. And then when the information is given to you, it'll be very clear.
And honestly, it's going to be a moving target. I think you'll see the FAQ, the frequent asked questions will keep getting added to as you ask the questions.
Of course.
And every company's the same. Patrick, I see your hand is up. I'm going to let you come off mute.
Don, Nancy, happy anniversary to you two lovebirds.
Thank you.
I'm working with Dale Calvert. I'm Patrick out of Alabama. I heard you mention on a different Zoom that they're working also on a mobile app, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes, it's actually the same people that are making the back office website already have the app. It's in process already. So it'll be a week or 2 or 3 weeks after the launch that it'll actually be available. Now, Dave is liable to let people go through the system of doing this first, have it at our first event and launch it. That I can't tell you for sure, but I can tell you that it is in process and will be launched, and it is included in your $9.98 membership fee.
That's terrific, because that will really keep us compliant, because everyone has the same information that's already been scrubbed by the compliance officers, and that will definitely keep us in the right lane.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thanks for your feedback, my friend. One more question, then I'll give you some information on the early bird. Lori, go ahead.
I'm gonna get this figured out. Okay, there we go. I've got a couple of tickets in that have been in since July 1st.
Yeah.
What is the normal lag time on that?
Okay, so because we are in development of everything to do with our infrastructure, the tickets were started as a result of the free enrollments that were sent to us to enter. And a bulk of those were getting entered by Dave and then myself as he started to go down the path of launching the SKUs. The unfortunate thing is, and I'm sharing that tonight, the amount of errors, let's say, and it is free. And this is where the frustration, and I'm being honest, we're still being recorded here. I mean, when somebody's asking the company coders to move groups to the middle of a group.
Oh, no.
No, I know you're not. I'm saying when that's getting asked, Lori, it's almost impossible at this stage because they're still putting so much into this system. And I've kind of said that nicely when people are emailing me at dcarson at excitedcollector.com. And Nancy now has ncarson at excitedcollector.com, by the way. I've said, I don't know if it's possible. So why don't we just restart these folks because it's free at the bottom of that leg. And there's been pushback on that. And I get it, but you have to understand that the list came to us with very little direction on left or right. And if you've not ever been in a dual team business before, you maybe don't understand where that is a dilemma. We did our best, we entered them, and and we're doing our best still. Now, I could show you right now the support tickets that are sitting there. What we have left are 64 support tickets. Okay, it's not 100,000 support tickets.
No, not at all.
Will we get through those support tickets? Yes. Will they all get rectified the way you want them? I can't tell you that's a guarantee. I can tell you that the ones that are totally about moving groups by dates and in between people at this stage, being that it's free, is being not exactly considered to be easy to do. That's the only thing I can say.
these are people that are in twice and just need one of their times.
And they're getting merged together. So that'll happen.
Right.
That's on the list. You're probably one of the 64 then still. Some of them you've been sending to me and I have been able to correct because I still have access to the admin room. And folks, I'm not going to have access to the admin room once we officially launch because that's not my role. You know, I'm doing that right now as this stage while the corporate team is doing what they're doing. I'm helping. So at some point, you don't have to worry that I'm in there tweaking and doing things and moving people. That's not going to be my role. I will help and I'll work with who we need to work with. But right now, we're just doing our best. So here's the thing that I want you all to understand. What we're doing is the right thing to do because of how big this will be. Can you imagine if we would have just pushed the button, let you order product, and then volumes going in every direction you didn't want it to go, and now you're coming back to us and saying your commission was wrong, and this, that. Folks, this is the right thing to do. Please agree with me that that is the right thing to do. And it's going to take us a little longer to get this through. But here's the bonus of it taking a little longer, an extra week, let's say, of getting it right before we go to step 2. There's thousands more SKUs that you get to point, click, and share as we go further into this. So if it's ready in 4 days or 5 days, and suddenly you can order your product, it's been a bonus for all of us because we've got a bigger shopping cart. So I hope that makes sense. Tried my best to explain it as best I could.
You're good. Thanks.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. I got one more to add to the rules. I put it in the chat, sir, but just could you check with legal about using a point, click, and share as a hashtag, but let them know that if we can all use that as a hashtag, if we get over 1,000 different entries showing hashtag point, click, and share, that bumps the information up. But can we start using that as a hashtag while we're online?
Yeah. So the question is, and then this is interesting, point, click, share ultimately is not a trademark, right?
That's correct. But just
And
wanted to check if.
So if you go ahead and use point, click, share, it's not a compliance issue on our part, to be honest with you, because we didn't trademark it. Collect Direct is a trademark. So
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, there's certain things that we've done, like, you know, there are websites out there that have been saved with those in there. I mean, that's the way it is, right? But Collect Direct's the one that we're trying to protect at this point. Anybody else?
I got a question.
I have one
Yes.
more question.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know.
Yeah, this is John. I have one more question. Am I understanding right that anybody that pays their $9.97 membership is allowed to make some money off of this?
Some money, yes, some money. They could make they could share the website, and if somebody bought an item, the price that they would get would be like the retail reward of $5. They could get that. Yes, that is possible if they were set up.
But they can't build a team. Is that correct?
Then it would be pretty hard for them to build a team unless those people became members, and they would slowly move them up the ranks, though, with the volume being associated to the left or the right leg. If they were to have brought a member in on the right and a member in on the left, and then volume started to accumulate in their business, it is possible, yes. And that, by the way, makes us very compliant, right? Because we're not forcing anybody to go buy thousands and thousands of items that they don't need and to fill it.
Right. We have the retail level, which separates us from other people. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, you're welcome, Josh. Okay, there's another one.
Hey, I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Justin Paletti here from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Justin.
So basically, when our customers come in, can we place those in the binary as well? And that way, if they decide to become a member, they can just upgrade at their current position?
Okay, so the quick answer is no, but the best answer is their volume goes to the bottom. It goes to your weak leg. So it does fill the binary volume up to the weak leg. And if they choose to join, they go to the bottom of your weak leg. The choice of where they go at the bottom of which leg could be something we can work in with the coder, and I can ask that question if that's what you'd like me to do.
This is Charlie. I got a general question.
Thank you very much for answering. I appreciate it.
Did that help, Justin? Was that kind of the direction?
Yes. Yep. That did. That worked. That helped really a lot. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
It makes a lot of sense. It's actually pretty powerful.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Charlie, I got a question here. It seems like we're going to have a lot of people sign up at the same time. Is the system going to be able to handle that without crashing?
We're not worried about it crashing. We're controlling the order process out of the gate, which is a 279 and a 549 for those people that want to be here with a position that moves them up to the home run collector and the superstar collector. They'll have 90 days to get that qualified, and it's not hard to do that. They'll see the rules. They can do that to maintain that position. We're doing that so that we can, again, get our shipping right. I mean, we're not going to have 100,000 people buying $279. You know, we're not worried about that. But will we have 100,000 people doing that a year from now or 2 years from now? Absolutely. You know, that's the goal, right? But out of the gate, it's going to be a growth by support of the team that has been here working with us for the last 3 months, 4 months. And we're excited that you all are on this journey with us and that you're here still. Remember that. There's a lot of you that are on this Zoom that have been here almost 45 minutes to an hour already, and you haven't left. Why? Because you know this is going to be an incredible journey, and we're doing what we got to do to make sure we launch it properly. So I hope that answered your question. So we're not worried about what's going to come out of the gate. We're worried about staging it, understanding the shipping, and making sure that we're there for the future. That's what we're working on.
All right, well, I work in this hard. I'm not always at the Zoom. I fly for a living and I'm always gone, but when I'm gone, I'm working it.
Welcome, welcome. Looking forward to shaking your hand, my friend, in Florida at some point, or wherever you fly to, I guess.
All right, I go over the nation, so.
Good stuff. Appreciate you.
All right.
Anybody else? We still got a couple, let's say a couple more minutes of questions. No more questions.
It's ironic. One of the funnest moments that I saw, I was saying to Don, was in an airport. I saw a father and a son, and they were in the airport and passing time, waiting in between a delayed flight. And they were trading hockey cards, and dad was trying to get a hockey card from son. And he goes, "No, dad, this guy's way better than that. You can't have this card." And I looked at Don and I said, "See? This is how organic this business is. This is family time. This is going to be incredible." I said, and imagine the entrepreneurship that father has an opportunity to also teach his son, not just how valuable that player is, but that the card could end up being more valuable than he even considers it now.
You know, I was gonna do something for all of you because we still got some time and nobody's really checked out yet. But somebody yesterday said what excited them was they bought Pokemon cards at a Walmart or at some store, and the daughter ran out of the bedroom to the mom and dad that bought these cards. I got the blah, 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 whatever it was. And it's worth $75, Dad. Oh my God, it's $75. And that moment lit his fire on why he's here. He said, everybody's going to enjoy this because, you know, we have just thousands of 1999 original Pokemon that'll be on our website. And some of them with the Japanese language on them, which are even apparently worth more. So there's just so much of this stuff that's just going to knock your socks off. Pez dispensers and all the other stuff that Dave's been telling me every day he's loading. It's just crazy. He can't even believe he has this stuff actually.
Well, and it's a trip down memory lane for me. I remember having a little plastic box with Smurfs and Care Bears and strawberry shortcake, and all of those things are popping up, and it's just the nostalgia that's involved in it is just so much fun. And there's so many happy memories drawn together for people. And then that gives that person an opportunity to share that era with their children, which is, again, another fun thing.
And one last thing that some of you haven't heard, maybe because you've been first to the Zoom tonight, is Dave will, if the collectible space makes sense, buy collections that you can come to him with. Not your collections per se, but we're talking, you know, estate sales. If it's right and the price is right, he wants to bring it to all of us to be able to point, click, and share. Let's be honest. We had somebody approach him with a list of retail sale baseball cards. That doesn't work for what we do. He has to buy it at the right price, and he buys all of it. You know, so be cognizant of that when you start sending messages. Hey, I've got somebody who's got a collection. Well, folks, it's got to be the right price for him to bring it here. And the last thing I'll throw in here is eventually auction site will be available here, but not for a year or two. It is in the works of being able to have the ability to bring products onto our site to do auctions, but that's not our goal today. It's this inventory, and he's buying more and more all the time. He just bought a bunch more Beanie Babies. He just bought all that Lego 2 weeks ago. And it's every week he's got products coming into the warehouses that they're mining for all of us. So,
hey, Don, just for your information, I called an events coordinator at a very small one, and I asked him, I said, are you buying anything for your events and for your vendors? And he says, he said day before yesterday, he said, I bought $1.5 million collection from Massachusetts, and they're sending it here. And so, yes, he says, I am buying. I'm not in the market right now, but keep me posted.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is a big industry. It's a really big industry, and we're all getting to be participating at the sort of like the growth of a company that's never been done before, and we get to share in this growth. So, folks, Dale, are you able to come off and just give a quick comment before we shut down, or on recording? Would you like to say anything, or Rick, one last time before we shut down the recording? Anybody else? No,
I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
In here, there was somebody that asked what a cycle was, and I know that it goes over that in the video, but maybe you can just say it out loud.
A cycle is based on volume. So every card, every Beanie Baby, every doll, every NASCAR car, Hot Wheel car has volume associated to it. So if that was in the team of people on your left, that would add up to say 200 in volume. And then if a group was on your right and that added up to 100 in volume, that would be called a cycle, and you'd get $20 for that. So volume together on the left and the right meets in the middle, and 200, 100 means $20. That's a cycle. You can do that as many times as you can based on your rank. So the higher the rank, the more cycles you can earn for that rank. So that's why you want to advance by helping others earn money. And that's what we call coaching, right? So that's what we got to get good on, is team building. So Maria, you got your hand up, so I'll take you as the last question.
This is about the Facebook page. My Facebook has a lot of ERC, and I was thinking to make another one with collect.
I would do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would make. I specifically do your promoting inside your strength, which you want to promote that particular category. It's your choice with your leadership team to decide how best to do that. But I would say if you're going to really promote here, you're probably better to start off where you don't diversify their thinking and try to kind of get those new people on side with what you're doing here. I'm not saying don't do whatever else you want to do. I'm just saying, promote to your strength, which is, those people don't know what this is yet. So give them a chance to observe that without.
Well, and
sharing,
I used
I don't know
to
if that's
say,
fair. I
and
think that's
this
fair.
has just been my experience in network marketing, in any kind of retail situation. You don't want to be the guy that opens up his coat and goes, would you like to buy some watches? And you just don't want to be that guy. You don't want to have
I've done that.
I know,
I've done
but
that.
you know what I mean? Just so keep it clean and make it fun, and yeah.
I sold suits. You'd walk in and say, well, I thought you had green suits. I'd say, turn on the green light. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, just find a way to get them to say yes. I'm just kidding. Anyways, thanks for joining us, you guys. I'm going to turn off the recording. We'll stick around for a little longer. You guys are awesome. And just watch for the progress announcements during the week. But know that there's 64 of those tickets we're still fighting through. And, we'll get through them as best we can. But there might be a few. You'll get notified that there's just no way it's going to happen. So my guess at that point is just start re-enrolling those free people, and we'll eliminate those other spots if possible. Okay, we'll talk to you all soon. Take care.